Welcome back, everyone. We have Robert Griffin III here for you all. We'll get it started here with Jamison Hensley.
Hey, Robert, thanks for talking. What was the walkthroughs on Monday and Tuesday like, and how were they different than just your usual walkthrough? And what was kind of the mood of the team getting back together after, having so many teammates, test positive?
First I'd say, the guys showed a lot of grit, determination today. A lot of toughness being in the situation that we were in. The walkthroughs weren't like a normal practice by any stretch of the imagination. It's probably unlike anything we've ever done in our career, probably from little league to high school to college and definitely in the pros. We did the walkthroughs. We tried to get as many game type situation reps that we could in those walkthroughs, but we weren't being able to go full speed or anything for those 2 days, especially yesterday, the day before the game. So it was abnormal, but I just want to commend all the guys for how hard they fought today and to put on a display like we did against an undefeated team. There's no moral victories at all in this league, but I'm proud to be a Raven.
Cliff Brown.
Yeah, Robert, can you talk about that play at the end of the first half? You guys were trying to score out, so you got stopped at the one. Seemed like the Steelers were taking their sweet time getting up. What was going through your mind, what you saw, and whether you thought there should have been a penalty there, or whatever you want to say about that last sequence?
Yeah, I don't want to comment on the officiating. So definitely they were laying on top of our guys and not trying to get up. But we did get the playoff and had an opportunity to score a touchdown there, and we just didn't complete that. So it's unfortunate because obviously there's no time left on the clock, so we couldn't even get a field goal. So we lost out on complete points there. But it's just one of those things. It just didn't go our way today in that regard.
Mark Viviano.
Because of the number of players you had missing and because of the lack of practice, there clearly was reason to believe you guys didn't have a chance. What did you guys truly believe going into this game, and what was the feeling as it remained close throughout?
Yeah, I think, the way the game went, obviously we wanted to win. We wanted to win the game. But the way the game was going was, a direct reflection of how we felt about the game. We felt like we had a chance to come in here and win, shock the world, and do something special. And we didn't do that. And, I put that on myself because I felt like I let the team down. I don't think we're supposed to really comment on injuries, but I pulled my hamstring in the second quarter. And I felt like if I hadn't done that, we would have won this game. So, it's just unfortunate. There's a lot of emotions running through my head. I didn't want to quit on the team. I didn't want to quit on my teammates. And, it was really emotional trying to fight through that and feeling like you let your guys down.
Darren Haynes.
Hey, RG3. Just want to talk about that 39-yard run that you had. It was your longest run since your rookie year when you played in Washington. What was that moment like to break free in the game?
No, it was fun. We were just getting on a roll, and we were doing some things to give their defense a little bit of some issues, and the guys were blocking phenomenally. So it was easy for me to follow, our big offensive lineman up the middle of the field and kind of slice and dice the defense. So it was a lot of fun, and I was enjoying the game. Obviously, the game didn't start the way we wanted it to. Had the interception and the fumble, which were all my fault. And but we were starting to get going, starting to move, and starting to open up our playbook a little bit because we were having some success. And so it was a lot of fun. But like I said, I put that on myself. The reason that we lost today, in my opinion, was because of me. Whether it was the turnovers or the injury, I felt like I let my teammates down. And, I echoed that to them in the locker room. And, of course, being the great teammates they are, they tell me, look, that's not on you. You played your tail off, and you showed a lot of determination going out there, playing through that injury. But I just feel like they needed me to be RG3 today. And just as I was starting to do that and helping us win the game or be in position to win the game, I let them down.
Nestor Aparicio.
Robert, intellectually, we all know it could happen, I guess, in any organization. And then last week it actually happens. The phone rings, the text goes off for you, for your family. Humanize it a little bit for what you guys went through, and wondering whether you were or whether Lamar was or any of the players. And then even seeing what happened in Denver, that the downside of this, once it happens very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing that needs to be put in perspective is this isn't just about football. This is about guys' families. This is about their wives and their children and anybody else that is in close contact with them at home. So when we get a call saying that one of our players is positive, a billion things run through your mind. It's not whether you're going to be able to play or whether you test positive. It's a matter of, is this going to affect my family? And I think that's where the concern was. We're football players, and everyone looks at us a little bit differently. And they just tell you, go be a football player. But at the end of the day, we have families, we have people that we love, and we don't want to get them sick. And a lot of our players who have tested positive, their family members have also tested positive. And those things don't get reported. So when people think, oh, maybe guys, they just don't want to play, they just don't want to do this, it's not that. We love football. We want to play football. But we also want to make sure our families are safe. That's the reason we play. We play the game to take care of our family. We play the game because we love it. So if we can't come to the game properly prepared, and there's a chance that our family might get infected with this virus, that puts a lot of things in flux. For myself, I pulled a hamstring today. I've never pulled a hamstring in my life. Jimmy, I think pulled his groin or something. And you see guys going down left and right. And it's a reason that, there was a lot of precaution taken to going into this game. And it's just unfortunate that we didn't get the victory. But I just want people to know that, Baltimore Ravens, they're going to play like Ravens. They're going to be like Ravens. And we want to play football, but we also want to make sure our families are safe.
Take a couple more here for Robert. Jared Bell.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you heard me there. But Robert, when you talk about the hamstring, it's almost incredible to think that you've never had a hamstring injury. So that being said, do you think it's something that will linger if you have to play next week?
No, I don't know. Obviously, emotionally, I'm down in the dumps. I'm human. It just sucks. It sucks a lot to have that happen. My number was called, and I was out there doing a decent job, and had some splash plays, and then that happened. So I don't know if it'll linger. I guess we'll get a scan tomorrow, my hamstring, to see what's going on. But at the end of the day, I don't know what Lamar's situation will be, but Trace and Snoop will be ready to roll and be ready to go if I can't go. This week or for a couple of weeks, who knows? But yeah, it sucks, man. It really does suck. There's no other way to put it.
Was there a contingency there at the end to spike the ball once the Steelers were, maybe delaying the play and the seconds are ticking away? Did you have a contingency, or did you think, hey, spike it to at least get Tuck on the field for a kick?
For the play, well, the problem was, the clock was running down as they were just laying on top of our guys, not letting them get up. So we got the play off. We had a plan to run that second play, and it was wide open. So we just didn't finish. We just didn't finish the execution of it, and that, I put that on me. I could have thrown a better ball. It made it easier. So at the end of the day, hindsight's 20/20. In that moment, we had two plays called. We knew what we were going to do, and we got them both run. We just didn't execute.
We'll close it out here with Aaron Kasanitz.
Hey, Robert, you were talking about, your family's feeling affected and all that. As a veteran player, you guys have one of the largest, coronavirus outbreaks in all of sports. How has this affected how you feel about the way the NFL is handling it, maybe even the way that the team is handling the pandemic?
That is a setup question if I ever heard one. But what I will say, because I do think it needs to be said, is that there's things that are going on behind closed doors that we're not privy to. You know, as a leader on this team, when you bring the guys together and you have a conversation, an honest conversation about what's being told to you, and you deliver that to your team, and then something happens and it doesn't turn out the way that it was delivered to you, that you feel like you're misleading your guys, because, you know, this whole process and the delay of the game 3 times was purely about guys being safe. We understand that this game makes a lot of money, and a lot of guys get paid to play a kid's game for a king's ransom. But at the end of the day, we got to make sure our guys stay safe. And because of this huge outbreak that we had within our team, it does make, you know, to be honest with you, wives, you know, family members, it makes them upset. And it's not about whether or not guys want to play. It's about whether or not our safety is actually being taken into account. And, you know, I would say that I can't say much more than that because, like I said, it's a setup question. But at the end of the day, you know, for me personally, I got hurt. You know, my wife's upset. My family's upset for multiple reasons. We lost the game, obviously. And we just want to make sure that everybody's staying safe. And at the end of the day, just because you're a football player doesn't mean you're not human.
Hey, Robert, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. God bless.